Aloha, I'm Kiana Cayabyab, and you're watching Star News Live. Here are today's top Hawaii headlines from the editors at the Honolulu Star-Advertiser. The founder of the far-right group Proud Boys Hawaii pleaded not guilty today to charges related to the January 6th siege of the U.S. Capitol by Donald Trump supporters. Nicholas Oakes and his suspected accomplice from Texas, Nicholas DiCarlo, both pleaded not guilty to charges of conspiracy to obstruct an official proceeding, theft and destruction of government property, unlawful entry, and disorderly conduct. The two men were arraigned in a telephone hearing in U.S. District Court in Washington, D.C. today. Oakes' attorney Edward McMahon said in a statement that his client did not conspire with anyone to violate any law. He also denied that Oakes defaced or stole any federal property. Oakes and DiCarlo posted live photos and videos of themselves inside the U.S. Capitol on social media on January 6th. The men claimed that they were there working as journalists, but the congressional office in charge of media credentials said that neither men were issued credentials to be in the Capitol. Honolulu is expected to remain in Tier 2 of its coronavirus restrictions for at least another month. Mayor Rick Blangiardi said today that Governor David Ige has approved an order to keep the Tier 2 restrictions in place through March 15th. Blangiardi said he looks forward to loosening the restrictions, but he wants to make sure Oahu does not see a bump in COVID cases after the Super Bowl and Valentine's Day. Under Tier 2 restrictions, groups of no more than 5 people are allowed at the same restaurant table, and fitness facilities are allowed to operate at 25% capacity. For a list of other Tier 2 restrictions, go to staradvertiser.com. Hawaii health officials reported 1 new coronavirus-related death on Oahu and 70 new infections for the state today. The latest figures brings Hawaii's total since the start of the pandemic to 425 deaths and more than 26,700 infections. Today's new infection cases include 33 on Oahu, 25 on Maui, 5 on the Big Island, and 7 state residents diagnosed outside of Hawaii. Hawaii's infection rate has been falling recently, and in another encouraging sign, the number of active infections is now just over 1,000 cases for the entire state. Health officials also reported 4 new hospitalizations today. A total of 49 patients with the virus were in Hawaii hospitals as of Thursday morning, with 14 in intensive care units and 12 on ventilators. Most Hawaiian islands are under a high surf warning today and Saturday, with waves as high as 35 feet expected on north shores. The National Weather Service issued the warning through 6 p.m. Saturday for the north shores of Kauai, Oahu, Molokai, and Maui. The warning also covers the west shores of Kauai, Oahu, and Molokai, where waves up to 26 feet are expected. The Weather Service warns of significant shore break and dangerous currents that can cause injury or death. The 3-day weekend weather forecast for Hawaii promises mostly sunny skies and high temperatures in the low 80s, while overnight lows are expected to dip into the mid-60s. Honolulu City officials say the opening time for the Hanauma Bay Nature Preserve is moving back an hour to 6:45 a.m. Department of Parks and Recreation officials said the earlier opening time is due to greater demand and the success of the preserve's new reservation system. The bay reopened to visitors on December 2nd after an 8-month coronavirus shutdown. Visitors are required to watch a short video about protecting and preserving the bay before entering the park, and officials say they are increasing the number of daily video showings. They said the changes are meant to cut down on lines and wait times for all Hanauma Bay visitors. The Nature Preserve is open Wednesdays through Sundays and has a maximum daily quota of 720 people. Public entry into the park ends at 2 p.m. and the preserve closes at 4:30 p.m. For more on these stories and all the latest headlines, subscribe to the Honolulu Star-Advertiser. Visit Hawaii's top source for breaking news online at staradvertiser.com and download the Star-Advertiser mobile app. Mahalo, and we'll see you back here on Monday.